guys, I'm Lucas May.
And I'm Steve Scheelk.
We're Full Count and Ranger Baseball. We're going to talk about some patterns we see with the front foot. What's good, what's bad, what's common. We're going to talk about all that.
So some of the most common things that we see from kids, baseball and softball, that come through here is the action with the front foot, where when we create the load and stride, there's a lot of sway motion. And so something we'll see is when the body starts to create load or create tension in the back hip, is we'll see a lot of this leg swift or really high leg lift. And what happens with that is when that initial movement comes from that front foot, my body keys in on that. And when my body tends to key in on the sway of the front foot, it's really hard to create a good forward movement and stay centered when I land. And that's when you start to get a short stride, because there's so much movement, we're trying to land quick, and we get that kind of lunge feel where the upper body is chasing forward with the front foot.
Absolutely, very common. We see a lot of that in here. The front foot's so important because it's a huge piece of the puzzle for our timing mechanism. So we need to have the movement. Very few guys hit like this anymore without moving their foot, even though Ohtani is a beast. He's an exception to the rule. One drill that we like to do regarding the front foot starting to move back is we can put a large obstacle behind the foot. Okay, so if I have a large obstacle behind my foot, it's going to let me know in a hurry if I've started swaying the foot back too much. So with this drill, it allows us to feel weight shift and then right into the forward move. Steve, what about something we can do to help someone stride further if they're struggling on their stride?
We like to take a little strip, carpet or whatever, typically about the width of a pitching rubber. And what we'll do is we like to start the front foot in front of the pitching rubber, and when we create that load, we're incorporating the drill that Lucas just talked about with the ball, where when I get into that back hip, my front foot is trying to hover over that rubber. But now the key is when I create that forward movement, if I'm going to go back to one of our old videos, the go drill, when I land, I'm trying to make sure my ear and belly button is centered right with that strike. Creating a good hover, ride forward, and making sure I'm landing centered to start creating my turn from there.
Yeah, one thing you'll notice when Steve was demonstrating that stuff is how his foot was landing. His front foot was landing in a 45-degree angle. So if we're right-handed, it's like our foot's pointed to the second baseman. That's a very important piece, because if we land too closed, it blocks off our rotation. If we land too open, we may have committed too early. So landing properly is important also. Landing flat, not toe, not heel, but landing flat.
Guys, appreciate the subscriptions, the likes, share with your friends. Keep it rolling.